Hello, I'm Jacob. I'm the host of the show. Thank you for watching. We enter the final game of Week 4 between the Raiders and the Chargers at SoFi Stadium. And a lot of people have said that the Raiders aren't a good football team and the Chargers aren't a good football team. Or some people are saying the Chargers are a good football team and the Raiders can't keep up. In actuality, the Raiders are a good football team. They don't make mistakes. They score points. They can run the ball well. They can throw the ball well. Their defense is really good. They're a good football team. You have what are called clunkers in the NFL. Games that they're not the same. There's an underlying situation going on. And that's with the Raiders. They didn't play well against Miami. Miami kept it all the way close. And that's because Miami had a good defense. The Chargers, who have a good defense, they don't have Kenneth Murray, who ended up having an injury over the past week. So he's not going to play, most likely. Josh Jacobs, however, is probably going to play. We don't have we're not definitive about that, but it's most likely that he's going to play. So, the Raiders match up very well against the Chargers. I think if you're the Chargers concerned, how can you get the Raiders off the field is a good question. And we'll have more about this in the game recap, but if it's the Chargers, how do you get the Raiders off the field? And if you're the Raiders, how do you score against this good Chargers team? So, to first start off, we have the Chiefs wide receiver Josh Gordon passed his physical, as well as signed his contract. He did not play in Week 4. He didn't have a chance to play in Week 4. So, hopefully he has a better opportunity entering Week 5. But there was just not enough time. He hadn't really showcased what he could do. He'll have a whole week to showcase what he should be doing. And we'll see how it goes if he gets brought up from the practice squad to the 53-man roster. Eagles left guard Isaac, and I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, Sumaleo. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Out for the season with a Lisfranc injury. Now, I actually figured out what a Lisfranc injury is. Basically, it's the bone in your foot. It's one of the harder bones in your foot, and it basically controls your balance. So losing him, you already lost Brandon Brooks. He was the substitute. You already lost Brandon Brooks. Your tackle situation's all over the place, as Malata did not play last night. So you're having to shuffle this offensive line, and this is when the injury bug just starts to come at you. Like, it's plagued the Eagles for the last few years, and it actually plagued the Cowboys last year. So you hope that it's nothing really serious. You hope that teams and players can be fine. But losing guys for the season doesn't help you at all. The Lions had decided to release linebacker Jamie Collins. This makes no sense. And I'm going to say that out loud. This makes no sense because he was the team leading tackler last year. You brought him in from New England. He's the best player on that linebacking front, probably, in my opinion. Probably the best middle linebacker you have, and you get rid of him. In my opinion, I don't understand why you do that. Now, maybe it's because he's not great in coverage, even though he's pretty good at it. He's really good at run fits. But maybe he just doesn't fit the team. Or maybe you want to get rid of the Patriots scheme altogether. You got rid of Matt Patricia, get rid of Jamie Collins. I don't know why it took this long, however. But I could see what they were trying to go for. The Colts put running back Marlon Mack on the trade block. And I was shocked when they did this. I was like, really? wow. Like, I understand he hasn't played a whole lot, but to me, like, he was your leading rusher last year. You should try to find ways to get him the ball. Maybe do a running back by committee kind of thing, but no, they decided to put him on the trade block. Now, it's not definitive that he'll be traded, but they're listening to offers about a trade for Marlon Mack. Richard Sherman signs a 1-year, $2.25 million deal with the Bucs. He started last night, and the reason is there's injuries everywhere. They ended up losing Carlton Davis last night, and they end up losing some safety help in Antoine Winfield. The injury bug has really plagued them, and a lot of it is because their defense, who came out healthy last year, has now kind of just fallen in that situation of injuries everywhere. They didn't have JPP last game. It didn't help. So signing Richard Sherman, they said that they would sign him if he could clear up the legal issues. They ended up signing him anyway because they couldn't do this. They don't know exactly. So, I'm going to put this the best way I can. Ian Rappaport put comeback, ex-Titan first rounder, offensive tackle Isaiah Wilson back in the NFL on the New York Giants practice squad. Now, Isaiah Wilson has been in a lot of controversy over the last year in terms of leaving the Titans to get traded to Miami, to not wanting to be there, ends up getting released out of the NFL for about a year, comes back, he's now in the New York Giants practice squad. If you're the Giants, I understand why you did this, because you're losing guys left and right as well. Except it wasn't for injuries, it was from retired. People were just retiring. You end up losing Gates against Washington, and he's out for the year. So now you have an issue. You got to bring as many guys as you can. But Isaiah Wilson played 1 year. I'm not fully sold on him yet. So it wasn't even a full year. He played 4 games. I don't know what the Giants are seeing, but they think, let's get a cheap guy to come in here and see what he can do. DJ Chark out for the indefinite future after fracturing his ankle. Now, I said this because I said this before to myself. Jacksonville's a good team if they don't make the mistakes and if they don't lose DJ Chark. But they lost DJ Chark now. He's out for the indefinite future. And now you don't have anyone for at least the rest of the year. And that's if his rehab goes well and he's able to come back. The question I have is, who's going to step up on the Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiving?